plain white t-shirt costs $15 at one store, the same cut costs $70 at another. A pair of straight-leg jeans runs $28 at Target and over $120 at a fashion brand. Same denim weight, same basic stitching. The fabric did not change. The markup did. Most men assume price tracks quality. It tracks marketing budgets, wholesale layers, brand premiums, and retail rent. 5 cheap men's clothing brands have been sitting on shelves and search results for years, ignored because they do not look expensive enough to take seriously. By the end of this video, you will know which 5. Number 1. Goodfellow and Company. Target launched Goodfellow and Company in 2016. The brand was built as a private label. No wholesale layer, no separate marketing budget, no retail markup beyond Target's own shelf. The model was straightforward. Design men's basics in-house, manufacture them through the same kinds of factories that supply mid-tier fashion brands, and sell them at a price that reflects the absence of those extra cost layers. Most men walk into Target for groceries, household items, or electronics. They pass the men's clothing section without slowing down. The folded stacks of jeans, the racks of chinos, the shelves of basics. Most men do not register any of it as a real wardrobe source. That is the mistake. Goodfellow covers everything a man wears on a regular week. Jeans and straight, relaxed, slim, athletic, vintage, and big and tall fits. Chinos, polos, sweatshirts, jackets, socks, underwear, and seasonal basics. The jeans run $28 to $45. A fashion brand straight-leg jean doing the same job runs $90 to $120. Customer review volume on the core styles is high. The ratings hold. These are not obscure products. They are invisible to the men walking past them. The reason most men walk past is exactly the reason the value exists. Goodfellow is not trying to sell heritage. It is not trying to sell a lifestyle statement. It is selling the ordinary things most men wear every week, without a marketing budget, without wholesale layers, without a brand premium sitting on top of the shelf price. A fashion brand spends a portion of every sale convincing you that a basic jean is a lifestyle object. Goodfellow spends none of that. The result is a $28 pair of jeans doing the same job as a $90 pair. The difference is the label. This is the first gold mine on this list because it is hiding in the most ordinary place. Most men already shop at Target. Almost none of them treat the clothing section as a real wardrobe option. The garments on those shelves are doing legitimate work. Number 2, Uniqlo. Uniqlo's parent company began as a men's clothing shop in 1949 in Yamaguchi, Japan. The Uniqlo brand itself launched in 1984 in Hiroshima. Today, it operates as a subsidiary of fast retailing and ranks among the largest fashion retailers in the world. Most American men still think of it as a cheap, basic store. That assumption is partly right and mostly incomplete. Uniqlo is not cheap the way disposable fast fashion is cheap. Disposable fast fashion is cheap because the fabric is thin, the construction is minimal, and the garment is built to last one season. Uniqlo is cheap for a different reason. The company focuses on repeatable basics, proprietary fabric development, and production volume. The result is a lower price that does not automatically mean lower construction. The proof point is the Supima cotton t-shirt, $24.90. Supima is a trademark designation for American-grown, extra-long staple cotton. Less than 1% of global cotton production qualifies. The same fiber grade appears in t-shirts from brands charging $70, $90, and above. Uniqlo sells that cotton at $24.90 with Japanese quality control applied to weight, seam construction, and neckline stability before the shirts leave the factory. The question is not complicated. When a designer t-shirt costs 3 or 4 times more, what actually changed? Did the cotton change? Did the stitching change? Did the collar construction change? Or did the store, the label, and the marketing campaign change? In most cases, the answer is the second list, not the first. Uniqlo is a threat to expensive basics because it treats ordinary clothing as a repeatable product built to controlled material standards. Without the fashion house margin, without the seasonal redesign cycle, without the lifestyle campaign sitting on top of the price, the cotton is often the same. The markup is not. Number 3, Old Navy. Gap Inc. launched Old Navy in 1994 in San Francisco, California. The model was not heritage, not mystery, not craftsmanship. It was volume. A brand selling millions of basic tees, jeans, sweatshirts, and khakis does not need to convince every customer that each item is special. It produces wearable clothing at scale and puts it next to everything else the family already came to buy. Most men dismiss Old Navy before checking the price. The brand has no mystique. That is exactly where the value hides. The men's section covers t-shirts, polos, sweaters, khaki pants, work pants, and casual basics across multiple fits. The man who needs 5 work polos, 2 pairs of casual chinos, and a hoodie does not need a brand with a century of history. He needs clothes that do the job without making every purchase a $150 decision. Old Navy keeps that cost low, without wholesale layers, without lifestyle marketing, without a retail premium. Not the place for heirloom construction, the place for low-cost wardrobe replacement at scale. Before the final 2 brands, 5 things to check. First, read the fabric label. Cotton type and fiber blend tell you whether the garment is built for durability or only low cost. Supima and long staple cotton survive repeated washing differently than standard commodity cotton. The label tells you which one you are holding. Second, turn the garment inside out and inspect the seams. Straight stitching, clean finishing, and reinforced stress points matter more than the logo on the chest. A $25 shirt with tight seams will outlast a $90 shirt with lazy construction. Third, compare stitch density. 1 inch of seam, no tools required, a $30 work pant running 10 to 11 stitches per inch outstitches a $150 designer chino running 7 to 8. The cheap pant is the engineering. The expensive chino is the appearance. Fourth, test recovery. Stretch the collar, waistband, or cuff and watch whether the fabric returns to shape. A garment that immediately warps is not a bargain at any price. Fifth, run the wash test. The first wear is not the real test. After 10, 20, or 30 washes, you have your answer. If a $25 shirt keeps its shape while a $90 shirt pills and loses its collar, the cheaper shirt was the better garment. Price does not prove quality. Construction proves quality. Number 4, H&M. Erling Persson founded Hennes in 1947 in Västerås, Sweden. The brand became Hennes and Mauritz in 1968, and H&M by the 1970s. Today, its men's basic sections cover t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and casual weekday essentials, most pieces running $10 to $30. This is the brand where the test matters most. Some pieces pass, some do not. The fabric label and seam inspection decide which side you are holding before you reach the register. Number 5, Amazon Essentials. Amazon introduced its private label clothing line around 2009. Most men have bought from it without thinking of it as a brand. They searched for a black t-shirt or a pair of chinos. Amazon Essentials appeared. They bought it, not ignored because hard to find, ignored because too visible to notice. The pattern connecting all 5 is identical. Goodfellow removed the image premium. Uniqlo removed the fashion house margin through material discipline. Old Navy removed the mystique markup through scale. H&M removed the trend premium when the test passes. Amazon Essentials removed the storefront entirely. Without a marketing budget, without wholesale layers, without retail theater, everyone put the money into the garment instead of the brand. The best cheap brands are not always hidden because they are rare. Sometimes they are hidden simply because they look too normal. If you own a cheap brand that lasted longer than expected, Drop it in the comments and say how long the piece lasted. Help the next man find the gold mine he is missing.